Legion from Kebageli, out wide Cassiano and John. Now Gout starts to stretch away, and stretch away he does. And he's...
This 17-year-old kid from Australia just broke a record that stood for 56 years. And now the whole world is asking the same question. Is this teenager the next Usain Bolt? His name is Gout Gout. Yes, you heard that right. Gout Gout. And trust me, this is a name you need to remember because this young man is doing things on the track that nobody thought was possible at his age. Let me tell you his story from the beginning. Gout was born on December 29, 2007, in a place called Ipswich in Queensland, Australia. His parents came from South Sudan in Africa. They left their country and went to Egypt first, then moved to Australia 2 years before Gout was born. The family has 7 children, and Gout is one of them. When Gout was just 14 years old in 2022, he ran the 100 meters in 10.57 seconds. That's incredibly fast for someone so young. He broke the Australian under-16 record for the 100 meters. The next year, when he was 15, he broke the Australian under-18 record for the 200 meters. He ran it in 20.87 seconds.
The challenge under Gout Gout and Josiah John out wide from WA. Josiah John, Gout though now shows his class. Gout from Queensland, 20.87.
But 2024 was when everything changed. In March, he ran the 100 meters in 10.29 seconds. People started paying attention. In April, he won the Australian Under-20 Championship. In August, he went to Peru for the World Under-20 Championships and won a silver medal in the 200 meters. Then in October, he signed his first professional contract with Adidas. Reports say the deal is worth about $6 million and runs all the way until the 2032 Olympics. Imagine being 17 and signing a $6 million deal. That's wild. But Gout wasn't done yet. In November, at a schools championship, he ran the 200 meters in 20.29 seconds. This made him the 4th fastest Australian ever at this distance, the fastest Australian since 1993. Think about that. Nobody in Australia had run that fast in over 30 years. Then came December 6th. At the Australian All-Schools Championships, Gout ran the 100 meters in 10.17 seconds. He broke the Australian under-18 record that was held by another runner named Sebastian Sultana. The very next day, December 7th, Gout did something nobody expected. He ran the 200 meters in 20.04 seconds.
Spread, and now we really start to open him up. So let the legs loose and let the kid run. He is absolutely gone. He is Gout of this world.
Let me explain why this is such a big deal. There was an Australian runner named Peter Norman. In 1968, at the Olympics in Mexico City, Norman won a silver medal and set the Australian record at 20.06 seconds. That record stood for 56 years. Nobody could beat it until Gout Gout came along and ran 20.04. But that's not all. Usain Bolt, the greatest sprinter ever, had set an under-16 world record for the 200 meters. Gout broke that record too. He became only the 2nd under-18 athlete ever to beat Bolt's time at that age. The only other person to do it was an American named Ariane Knighton. The whole world started talking about Gout Gout. 2025 brought even more success. In April at the Australian Championships, Gout ran the 200 meters in 19.84 seconds.
So let's watch the young superstar rise. He's flying. He will be Gout of this universe. Unbelievable 2.2.
Now, this time didn't count as an official record because the wind was too strong that day. The wind was blowing at 2.2 meters per second, which is over the allowed limit. But still, 19.84 seconds is absolutely incredible. Then in June, Gout went to Europe for the first time to race. At a famous race meet called the Golden Spike in Ostrava, he ran 20.02 seconds and won. This was his new personal best and a new Oceanian record. He beat a good Cuban runner named Rainier Mina.
Morizzi in the headband, a battle between these two, and Gout working so hard to get to him, and he gets there. Gout takes it by a meter and moving away, 20.04.
What makes this even more special is that Usain Bolt also raced at this same event many times. Bolt ran there 9 times. When Bolt first raced there in 2006, he won with a time of 20.28 seconds. Gout just ran faster than that at age 17. In September, Gout competed at the World Championships in Tokyo, Japan. This was huge because he was the youngest person ever to compete in the 200 meters at a World Championships. He made it to the semifinals but didn't make the final. He ran 20.36 seconds in the semifinal and finished fourth. While he didn't make the final, he learned so much from the experience. Gout talked about what he learned. He said he felt the step up in competition. It was the biggest stage apart from the Olympics. He learned a lot about himself and how to deal with pressure. He said the more fun he has with racing, the better he competes, and the more he enjoys it. In October, Gout ran the 400 meters in 46.14 seconds. This shows he's not just good at the 100 and 200 meters, he can run longer distances too. Now let's talk about the Usain Bolt comparisons because everyone keeps bringing it up. People compare them because they look similar. Both are tall and thin with a lanky build. Both have dreadlocks. Both have unique, memorable names. Both run with a similar style and have a strong finish, especially in the 200 meters. Usain Bolt himself has talked about Gout. At the World Championships, Bolt said the talent Gout is showing is the same kind of talent he had when he was young. That's huge praise coming from the greatest sprinter of all time. Bolt also gave Gout some advice. He told him to be very careful when transitioning from junior to senior level competition. Bolt said he himself had a tough time making that transition. He wants Gout to learn from his experience and be smart about it. So how does Gout feel about being compared to Bolt? He loves it. Gout said it's definitely inspiring to know that the rest of the world thinks he looks like Bolt and could potentially be like him. He said it fills him with confidence. Being compared to the greatest athlete he's ever seen is amazing to him. But Gout is also realistic. He said hopefully he can get to their level and be compared because of titles, records, and gold medals, not just because of how he looks or runs. He wants to earn the comparison through his achievements. Gout also studies other sprinters, not just Bolt. He watches how they move and how they present themselves. He's learning how to control his nerves on the biggest stages. He said Bolt is a prime example because Bolt doesn't let anything get to him. Bolt is a really chill guy, and Gout admires that. Gout has also become good friends with Noah Lyles, the current Olympic 100-meter champion and four-time world 200-meter champion. Lyles has become a mentor to Gout, giving him advice and guidance. Gout calls him a good mate. But here's where it gets interesting. Gout has set his sights on defeating Lyles. He wants to win the 200 meters at the 2027 World Championships, taking the title from Lyles. He also wants to beat Letsail Tebogo, who won the 200 meters gold at the most recent Olympics. Gout's ultimate dream is clear. He wants Olympic gold in the 200 meters. First, at the 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles, then at the 2032 Olympics in Brisbane, Australia. Brisbane is in his home state of Queensland. Imagine being 24 years old and competing for gold at the Olympics in your own country, in your own state. That's what Gout is dreaming about. He'll likely be one of the main faces of those games if he keeps performing like this. Gout said the limit for him is winning Olympics and World Championships and honestly dominating like Bolt did, and he believes that limit is reachable for him. Not everyone is ready to call him the next Bolt, though. Aaron Brown, a Canadian Olympic gold medalist, said he's pumping the brakes on that comparison. Brown said throughout his whole career, he's heard people say this guy is the next Usain Bolt, and it hasn't happened, so he's being cautious. But Brown did praise Gout's talent and potential. He said the way Gout closes races is very impressive. He has that strong finish that many athletes dream of having. Brown said Gout looks very special and has the capabilities to go much faster.